and being able to translate that to someone else and not being able to do it yourself, right? You have to know what's happening, you have to know why it's happening and how it's happening. And for a lot of people would say, well, if you know that, you can do it. But it's not that simple. And for commentators especially, I think they're put in this position where they have to reconcile those two very disparate things in their head, and I think that dissonance is why you see a lot of casters, more than anything, kind of shift away from competition, especially once they start to get more into commentary.
I wonder if that frustration fuels the drive for commentary.
That's a good question. I mean, for me, I just like telling stories, dude. I love this game. I love learning about it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm autistic and I hyperfixate. I just get to geek out about something I love, and I get to do that with other people who love it. I get to hang out with my friends, right, and talk about a video game, and I get to tell cool stories of players, of characters, and of events. And what's better than that?
Gaming.
Exactly. But speaking of gaming, Achilles.
Straight gaming.
We've got a virtual Zorua and Xioli here, and I know Xioli is new here, at the very least, to BrookLAN.
Their
do you
name
want to tell me about
sounds
these two
super
players?
familiar.
I was going to say
Their
it
name
does,
sounds
but I can't place it.
super familiar to me.
Do you want to talk a little bit? Do you know anything about virtual
know
Zorua?
virtual Zorua either. Actually, I saw that they were seated decently high in our bracket today.
They do.
For someone who I'd never heard of.
3 brawls entered. And they have 3 times as many wins as losses. That's a pretty good ratio. So,
Yeah, Xioli, I'm pretty sure has played. I'm very
twice
surprised.
as many, sorry.
Yeah, I feel like they've played at a BrookLAN Brawls before. Maybe not though. No, I haven't seen either of these competitors before. I'm definitely interested in what we got going on.
Virtual Zorua, I want to say, I have definitely seen the tag before, and it's going to be the Ice Climbers versus the Terry here. Xioli on the Terry.
Okay.
We definitely have seen this Terry before.
I know where I played him. I played him at.
No, I remember.
Xioli, I played. Oh, you know the Ice Climbers player?
No, Xioli. I remember.
No, Xioli. I played him at a. It was a BrookLAN, and now they're in Times Square venue that did like a cash only bracket.
I'm not sure
thing.
I didn't even.
And
know
I played him in losers finals, and when I lost game 5, I very much remember playing him. I was like, wait, I haven't played him in 3 years.
Well, I mean,
That's
maybe
crazy.
you'll have an opportunity for some friendlies or later on in bracket today, Achilles. But right now, it is Virtual Zorua's turn to get power dunked off the stage, trying to desperately find a way to keep these ices not just on the ground, but together, right? Because those active hitboxes, those hit combos off the multiple hits can be so easy for Terry to disrupt these climbers. But once they get that one hit, once they get that desync going, well, it's off to the races.
Yeah, so far, I mean, the up tilts have been able to contest a lot of the power dunks and aerial approaches. I haven't really seen how Xioli is able to separate them, except for right there, almost getting the kill.
And looking for that down tilt, but Nana doing a good job weaving around the down tilt on her own. That AI buff here in Ultimate coming in to help her in spades, looking for a footstool opportunity, but good DI up to avoid it. So instead, Virtual Zorua just has to reset, and Xioli trying to cook there with the power geyser, but just not too much, and is gonna lose the stock and the go for it. Huge lead opportunity here.
That was a great read on the air dodge. Also, unfortunately, the power dunk's the other direction. I'm pretty sure that would be the only special that he could use, because I think Virtual Zorua might want to know to stay backwards, so in case Terry ends up trying to get for a grab. Whoa.
And we see the power dunk there, taking that stock. But one of the things that's really struck me so far is we have not seen a single crack shoot in this matchup so far.
I think
Xioli.
that would be great,
and
right?
The multi-hit nature of it, the active hitbox, the arc hit covers, seems like it would do so well against Ice Climbers. And obviously, I'm not a Terry main. I have not played this matchup. But it seems like it would be so good. And so I'm very curious as to, will we see that come out? Has he just forgot about the option? We haven't seen Burning Knuckle either, right? We haven't really seen those side specials as bursts at all, which are so good for pushing ices to the corner and hitting them off stage.
Yeah, I haven't seen Xioli really play. It doesn't feel like he's playing this as a matchup style right now. It feels like he's playing kind of in his own style. So, I mean, hopefully that can be able to carry him. Yeah, I mean, not with the stock lead at this point. Because it seems like he's trying to figure out how to separate them, but maybe doesn't have a clear path to do so yet. I mean, we're talking on the mic now. We're like not even sure yet either.
Well, he's putting himself in situations where he's trying to catch landings when there's still a double jump in the back pocket, right? And Virtual Zora's got a lot of mileage out of baiting out those down tilts and then just double jumping and swinging to find the punish, right? And then Xioli's in disadvantage, and he gets a lot of mileage, bringing this one back to even now, and the reset to neutral off the scramble as well. So here on FD, it's going to be a full-on scrap with no platforms to speak of. There's going to be a very easy time trapping these landings, finding some of this pressure, and now the ice climbers have been separated, but it's going to be Nana again, somehow sliding her way out of dodge.
Oh my gosh, I'm so shocked that I was able to make that back. Okay, the power dunk is not going to do it just yet. Nana might be a goner, but he doesn't need to go off stage, you know. Oh, the parry on the last hit.
Well, that's gutsy. That's gutsy,
yeah,
right?
Good stuff.
Holy moly.
Yeah, because you can be space Icy's side B to be able to be safe on shield, but with that parry on the last hit, like just was able to get out that F smash. So, okay, no, that actually was not great spacing on the side.
I was gonna say it's really hard to space that at ledge too, right? Because you have to make sure you're not drift. You have to be very careful you don't drift back too early, because then you're just gonna sail off stage and die, right? But you also have to be careful you don't drift back. You want to drift back once you're on the ground, because you're going to drift a lot farther on the ground than in the air. So I think part of it may have just been coming off the ledge out of the corner there. There was nowhere else to go. And, you know, now going into game 2, I think if you're Virtual Zorua, I think you have to not go back to FD, right? I think we need to see up stage with platforms. I get Icy's have really good, decent combos here, but also FGC characters on FD, as a rule of thumb, with exceptions, right? But as a rule of thumb, probably not where you want to take them.
I think the main issue why FD didn't work out was that he kept contesting Xioli in the air. And, you know, later on, we saw that Xioli would do like a full hop and then into a neutral B, and then was kind of mixing it up. But, well, he said, we're not playing that anymore. Well, I'm just going to go straight Bayo.
I was going to say, he's not playing that character-wise, but play-style-wise, you were talking about contesting someone in the air. Not many characters do it better than Bayonetta, right?
Bayo is definitely the one character that can take out Terry.
And I have to wonder how much of it was the character choice and how much of it was the stage choice that caused him to go to Bayonetta, because PS2, right, one of this character's strongest stages, she has the 0 to deaths off the top, and the way we see Virtual Zorua fishing for these up airs on her platform, finding the ABK in after the witch twist there, you can tell he's looking for those 0 to death situations. He's always trying to find that initial hit to bring the combo towards the platform reset.
Oh my gosh, that burn knuckle was incredible. I wish I could punish Bayo like that. That's insane. Oh my god.
$5.99.
Yeah. Okay, I think Virtual Zorua was fishing here a little bit. I really like Xioli's spacing right now. You know, he understands, like, I mean, now I can tell that he's playing more of a matchup based on compared to the Ice Climbers. Like, he's holding center stage. You know, he's not letting any of these combo starts happening. He's just looking to try to get Virtual Zorua off stage. Okay, so let's just jump.
And beautiful stall to find his way back, but watch the way here under the platform that Xioli is playing relative to it. He is not taking any consideration for, or are the hits that Xioli is going to take, are they going to send him off stage? Are they going to send him to center stage? Or are they going to send him to a platform? He is taking the hits that send him to a platform every single time. He is putting himself in positions to take significantly more off these Bayo advantage states. And so while a lot of his neutral in the matchup is better, he is starting to panic under these platforms, and that is the big opportunity that Zorua can capitalize on. But to do that, you got to take the stock first, because that go is a huge snowball opportunity.
Yeah, it might just be the second stock is over. Okay, it's able to get out of it with the witch twist.
Yeah, that batch was right, coming in a couple extra frames.
Gosh.
It's not quite as good as Foresight, but you do get those frames before and after your roll frames, where you take less damage and no knockback.
Oh, no.
That being said, it's not going to save Zorua here. Down to the last stock against a full 3 with Go Online, taking 34 off the initial hit. This is one read away. 61. This is Power Geyser territory, my friend.
Oh my god!
Oh
no! Brutal. Unfortunate. The character swap after the close game 1 ended in a 3 stock. It's very, very rare that you see something like that happen.
It is
But
crazy.
Xioli looked a lot more prepared for this matchup.
He absolutely did, but it's also crazy because, you know, he did it, right? And it looked like virtual Zorua was happening, was